On the morning of July 23, 1944, Marian McPartland stood on the south coast of her native England, looking across the English Channel. Part of a USO unit sent to entertain troops on the front lines in France, she was wearing combat boots and a helmet. She had spent the last month learning to pitch a pup tent and cook with a mess kit, rehearsing with a variety act called Bandwagon, fronted by an American comedian named Don Rice. On her way, she had stopped by her parents' home in Eastbourne to say goodbye and pick up the accordion her father had bought her years before, as she had been told there might not be pianos where she was headed. American troops had been flooding into England by the tens of thousands since early 1942 in preparation for the November assault on North Africa and then the continent itself. When the Americans arrived, a lot of British girls seemed to lose their minds. By the time the war was over, thousands had left home as war brides. Marian had met her first real beau in London, a handsome, dark-haired comedian and impressionist she'd worked with in a vaudeville outfit. They'd even lived together for a while in Camden Town, sharing a flat as well as the London stage. But David had shipped out to North Africa. Marian, like other young Brits, was smitten by American movie stars and swing musicians. She'd even finagled a publicity photo of herself with Jimmy Cagney when he played for the USO. The Normandy invasion originally had been planned for May, but had been secretly postponed till June 6th. On the evening of the assault, Marian had stayed up half the night, listening to thousands of planes passing overhead for hours and hours, a droning that seemed to go on forever. A month later, she found herself among the first entertainers assigned to bring good cheer and a few laughs to the men who survived those first few bloody months. 26 years old, an attractive brunette with a tall face, broad smile, and ready wit, she had been working as a professional pianist under the name Marian Page for 6 years, ever since dropping out of the prestigious Guildhall School of Music and Drama to play piano in a novelty act led by Billy Mayall, a hugely popular English entertainer. After the war started, she had joined the Entertainment's National Service Association, ENSA, but had switched to the American United Service Organizations, USO, where the pay, and the entertainers, were much better. Since 1940, she'd been barnstorming the provinces, entertaining soldiers in camps, mess halls, and vaudeville houses, great and small. But no experience in her background had prepared her for this moment. Born in 1918 near Windsor Castle and raised in a genteel middle-class suburb in Kent, she had at first seemed destined for a career as a concert pianist. At 17, on the advice of an inspiring elocution teacher who had taken a special interest in her at Stratford House School for Girls, she had auditioned for the Guildhall in London. After 3 years, however, the lively beat of jazz and popular music had lured her away. Though Marian was by no means a jazz player yet, she had wide-ranging curiosity and a burning desire to learn.